The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Sure, let's take a psalm and explore its meaning deeply. For illustration, let's consider Psalm 23, one of the most well-known psalms. Psalm 23 is a song or poem attributed to King David, who was known for his rich and expressive writing. The psalm begins with the iconic line, "The Lord is my shepherd." To understand this, you need to know about shepherding, which involves guiding and caring for sheep. In ancient times, shepherds played a crucial role in the well-being of their flocks, protecting them from harm, providing food and water, and leading them to safe pastures. By comparing God to a shepherd, the psalmist is emphasizing God's role as a protector and caretaker. When David says, "I shall not want," he implies that with God as his shepherd, he will have everything he needs. It's a statement of trust in God's provision, suggesting that the speaker has unshakable faith in God's ability to provide for all necessities, both spiritual and physical. This line assures the reader that a life with God as the guide or shepherd is one of abundance, where nothing essential will be lacking. He makes me lie down in green pastures, continues the theme of provision. Green pastures symbolize not just physical nourishment, but a place of peace and rest. Imagine a calm, lush field where sheep can graze without fear. This metaphor suggests that God provides a space for peace and fulfillment, a refuge from life's chaos. He leads me beside still waters. In a literal sense, sheep rely on calm waters to drink. Spiritually, still waters evoke tranquility, signaling moments of calm and reflection. It reflects how God can guide believers towards inner peace and renewal, emphasizing serenity and refreshment for the soul. He restores my soul. Here the psalm touches on a key theme, restoration and rejuvenation. Life can be tiring and challenging, leading one to feel drained. However, with God as a shepherd, there's always an opportunity for renewal, to regain strength and find healing from the emotional and spiritual hardships. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. This implies that God will guide his followers along a virtuous and moral path, not for boasting or personal gain, but to uphold the goodness and glory of God. Living righteously is depicted not just as a personal benefit, but a reflection of God's character and reputation. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. This powerful verse acknowledges the presence of darkest moments in life. The valley of the shadow of death is a metaphorical representation of profound danger and fear. Yet, the trust in God's presence removes fear. It's a profound statement about faith, suggesting that no matter how perilous or dire a situation might be, God's presence is a comforting constant. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. A rod and staff are traditional shepherd's tools. The rod is often used for protection from threats, while the staff is used for guidance. These tools symbolize God's protection and guidance, reinforcing the idea that divine support is always available and comforting. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. This rich imagery depicts a feast being laid out amidst adversity. Even when confronted by enemies or difficulties, God provides sustenance and blessing, symbolizing sustenance, abundance, and favor even in the face of opposition. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Anointing was an ancient practice of consecrating someone for a special purpose and blessing. Oil is a symbol of healing and abundance. This verse suggests being chosen and blessed by God to the extent that blessings overflow, reinforcing the idea of divine favor and prosperity. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. This reassurance speaks to a life guided by unending care and kindness from God. It promises that no matter the tribulations, divine goodness and mercy will be constant companions. And I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Ending on an eternal note, the psalmist expresses a deep desire to remain in the presence of God eternally. It reassures the reader of the eternal rewards of faithfulness, emphasizing an unbroken communion with the divine, where God's presence is eternal refuge and joy. Psalm 23, in essence, is a comforting reminder of the protective and nurturing nature of God. It resonates with themes of trust, provision, guidance, and divine presence, offering assurance and peace to its readers. Whether in times of joy or in the depths of challenges, it reassures believers of a constant shepherding presence, reminding them of a greater spiritual journey nurtured by divine love and care.